SeatGeek. For all your ticketed events, from sporting to concert outings, SeatGeek has you covered. They even conveniently color-coded each ticket on their website from amazing to worst, so you can easily know which are the best deals. SeatGeek, the smart way to buy. Save $20 off your next ticket purchase with the promo code. Hey everybody, I'm your host, Grant. I got the awesome on the Big Cat, my cool guys, bunch of balls in there. If you rock with the Big Cat. Today, we're here to talk about Cam Newton's legacy. Where will he be when it's all said and done? But first, one quick question before we get started. Do you let the Carolina play like a play? Yes? No? Maybe? Do you let the Carolina play like a play? If you let the Carolina play like a play, give it a dab. Listen, man, today we're here to talk about when it's all said and done. Where will Cam Newton's legacy be cemented in history? Let's get into it. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Now, when it comes to Cam Newton's legacy, let's start in the beginning. We all grew up playing this game of football, and we all knew that one kid who just loved to play till the sunlights come on, and he would dominate the competition, making the average neighborhood kid look like a child. That's Cam Newton, a guy who kept his childlike charisma, his fun-like attitude, and just his hyper, energy as far as making others want to play with him all the way into the pros, man. That's Cam Newton. Coming into the league in 2011, he joined the Carolina Panthers as the number 1 draft pick, and he took it by force. Threw for 4,000 yards, 21 passing touchdowns, 706 rushing yards, 14 touchdowns. The league has not seen nothing like him. 6'5", 200 pounds plus, built like a tight end, or dare I say a guy like Adonis. Could run like a running back, run like the wind. The league had been on notice. They had no answer for him. Superman was coming. By the end of Cam Newton's rookie year, he ended up making Offensive Rookie of the Year as well as the Rookie of the Year. By 2013, he made his first playoff appearance, leading the team to a 12-4 start before losing to the 49ers in the divisional round. Shortly after, he made the Pro Bowl. When I ask you who's the best Panther in Carolina's Panthers history, sure, you'll say Steve Smith. But when I say who's the most fun, the most energetic, the most charismatic Panther in Carolina Panthers history, it would have to be Cam Newton. A smile that's infectious, a personality that's contagious. I mean, you can't help but to just get goosebumps with playing for this guy. A guy who takes it back to simpler days when you're playing in that sandlot against your friends in rival neighborhoods. That would be Cam Newton. By 2014, Cam Newton had off-season surgery on his ankle, the same ankle he hurt in 2019. He said it bothered him since college. Coming off off-season injury, he decided to play in the preseason game. He left out with fractured ribs when Jamie Collins of the New England Patriots hurt him. He led his team for back-to-back NFC South titles, along with the Carolina Panthers' first playoff win in 9 years against the Arizona Cardinals, before being bounced by the Seattle Seahawks. When this is what I talk about when I say his toughness, his ability to fight through pain. But again, he has been beat up throughout the years. Has he met his threshold? I don't know. But one thing you cannot call him is not tough. He lays it all on the line. And this 2014 season was a very clear example of that. By the 2015 season, Cam Newton finally came into his prime, winning the NFL MVP, Offensive Player of the Year that year, took the team to a 15-1 record, 35 passing touchdowns, 3,837 passing yards, 636 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns, on the way to a Super Bowl appearance. A guy who single-handedly dominated a season. No other player has done it better than Cam Newton, not only with his legs but with his arms, and does it with a big white pearly smile. You gotta love that, man. Unfortunately, this year it didn't work out for us. We lost to the Broncos, but he did set career highs in NFC Championship games, putting up 49 points, which is a record to this day. The following year, it seemed like it was a retaliation year. The league had it out for him. We started off against the defending champion Denver Broncos, where he took an illegal hit to the head. We finished 6-10. He also finished with a 52.9 completion percentage, a career worst at the time. I think this was like a revenge season. I felt like all that fun that he had in 2015, where he was dabbing and doing all that good stuff and taunting other players, I felt like the league had it out for him. That's just my opinion. They allow him to get hit after the plays, before the plays, and during the plays. It's not funny, man, but it's sad. But he had another down year in 2016. The 2017 season, some will call it a success. He had shoulder repair on that torn rotator cuff. Made it to the wild card. Played tough against the New Orleans Saints down in New Orleans, but we ended up losing in the wild card, which will be the third time that year to the New Orleans Saints. 2018 brought optimism as a newly repaired shoulder. A guy who went out tough in a tough loss and a good fight against the Saints. Got off to a hot start, 6-2. Well, most people believe that it was an injury against Pittsburgh. He really was hurt against the Philadelphia Eagles, if you watch All or Nothing. Before the Baltimore Ravens game, he did not practice at all that week. He just repaired his shoulder, and he dominated the #1 defense in the Baltimore Ravens. That's, again, his toughness, but sometimes you have to ask yourself, is his toughness overcompensating his, making the right decision, making a smart decision? But nonetheless, went on to beat Baltimore, and then obviously I think the hit that did it, that finished him off with the Pittsburgh hit. 6-2 was an abysmal season, a season that hurt so bad because the way it started. And he ended up again having shoulder surgery in the offseason. Now fast forward to 2019, that charismatic, energetic, fun-like, childlike Cam Newton is no longer there. He's not having fun. It's written on his face. We're asking, is he shrouded in injury? What's wrong with you? And if you're not injured, why aren't you performing? Maybe the fun has left him. Maybe the ability to produce has left him. Maybe it has something to do with his injury history. Dating back to 2012, he had a left ankle sprain against the Saints. 2014, a torn ligament procedure in his left ankle as well. 2014, rib fracture. 2014, December, car accident, he had the vertebrae fusion. 2016, concussion. 2016, rotator cuff surgery. 2018, knee grade surgery. 2018, shoulder. Maybe it's finally caught up with him, y'all. To sum up Cam Newton's career, a guy who brought in his personality, his infectious happiness, his fun-like, childlike innocence and charisma, and infused the franchise, infused the organization, infused the fan base. A quarterback who led his team to a 15-1 start, a former NFL MVP, a former NFL Offensive Player of the Year, a former NFL Rookie of the Year, a former NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, a 3-time Pro Bowler, a 1-time All-Star, a guy who has set many records, a guy who has brought many joy to many children, a guy known for his philanthropy off the field, a guy who has lives in the hearts of many. I tell you this right here, a guy who has also been misunderstood on the field, off the field, criticized for his wardrobe, criticized for his behavior, criticized for the way he plays the game. One thing I say about Cam Newton is he's a first ballot surefire Hall of Famer. And even though his career is surrounded around injuries, 5 out of 8 seasons he has only played with 1 lineman that made All-Pro or Pro Bowler. 2 out of 8 seasons has he played with 2 linemen that made All-Pro or Pro Bowl. 2 out of 8 seasons he has only played with 3 linemen who made Pro Bowl or All-Pro. Way to protect your investment, I say. A man who has the man who had done more for his franchise with less. I mean, I got my ultimate respect for Cam Newton. But if I had to sum up his career, I have to say it in one phrase like this: Ten Segura, Pedro, Sin Cigarro. So close, but no cigar. I'm your host, Eduardo Gato, also known as the Big Cat. My cool cats, put your paws in the air. Cam Newton is the first ballot Hall of Famer. You will miss him when he's gone. Although he's not the guy who he once was, let's not appreciate or forget what he has done. Get in the comment section, y'all. Let the church say that. Don't forget to subscribe to the Carolina Panthers custom helmet giveaway video in the playlist. Once we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away free a $300 retail value Marvel's Avenger Carolina Panthers helmet. Keep pounding.